Not everyone who dislikes you actually hates you. In fact, most of the hostility, the awkward silences, and the strange glances you encounter aren't fueled by hatred at all. They are fueled by fear. There is a specific kind of fear that occurs when a person encounters someone they perceive as higher value, someone with more confidence, more competence, or a stronger frame than their own. This is intimidation. Most people will never admit to feeling this. It's a blow to the ego. So instead, their subconscious takes over. They begin to act in ways they can't control, glitching under the pressure of your presence. In this video, we are peeling back the mask. You're about to discover the 8 psychological signs that someone is secretly intimidated by you. Once you see these patterns, you'll realize that the coldness you've been feeling from others is actually a tribute to your power. Sign 1, the visual flight. Let's start with the most primal sign, eye contact. In the animal kingdom and in human psychology, prolonged eye contact is a claim of dominance. It says, I am here and I am not afraid. When someone is intimidated by you, they cannot maintain this connection. You'll notice they look at you when they think you aren't looking, studying you, trying to figure you out. But the moment your eyes meet theirs, they bolt. They look down at their phone, their shoes, or across the room. This isn't just shyness. It's a neurological response. Their brain is signaling that the social pressure of your gaze is too high. By breaking eye contact, they are subconsciously trying to lower the threat level you represent. If they look down, it's a sign of submission. If they look to the side, it's a sign of profound social discomfort. Sign 2, the brick wall defense. Have you ever noticed someone who is loud, charismatic, and funny with everyone else, but the moment you walk in, they turn into a brick wall? They give you one-word answers. They stop joking. They become overly formal or robotic. Many people mistake this for rudeness or snobbery. But look closer. This is a defense mechanism. When someone feels intimidated, they become terrified of saying something stupid or unimpressive in front of you. They view you as a high-stakes judge. To protect their ego from looking foolish, they shut down. They figure that if they don't say much, they can't lose. Their coldness is actually a shield they've built to hide their own perceived inadequacy. Sign 3, hypercompetitive comparison. Sign number 3 is the one-upper. When an intimidated person feels small in your presence, their ego demands they find a way to re-level the playing field. If you mention a small win at work, they immediately bring up a bigger one. If you talk about a new hobby, they claim they've already mastered it. This is compensatory narcissism. They aren't actually competing with you. They are competing with the version of themselves they feel is losing to you. They need to remind you, and more importantly, themselves, that they are still relevant. They don't compete because they are superior. They compete because they are terrified of being left in your shadow. Sign 4, the value anchor downplaying your success. When you achieve something great, an intimidated person cannot celebrate it. Why? Because your success creates cognitive dissonance. It forces them to ask, why haven't I done that? To solve this mental pain, they have to anchor your value. They will minimize your achievements. They might say, oh, you got the promotion. Well, they've been desperate for managers lately. Or, anyone could do that if they had your luck. This is the crabs in a bucket mentality. By pulling your achievement down, they don't have to feel like they are below you. If they can convince themselves your success was luck or a fluke, they don't have to admit you have a skill they lack. Sign 5, subconscious mirroring the copycat. This is one of the more subtle, darker signs. It's called identity merging. You might notice someone who seems to dislike you suddenly starts using your slang. They buy the same brand of clothes. They adopt your posture or your morning routine. It's confusing, right? Why would they copy someone they seem to be uncomfortable around? The answer is simple. They admire your frame so much they want to step inside it. They believe that by mimicking your external traits, they can absorb your internal power. They are trying to hack their way to your level of confidence by stealing your aesthetic. It is the ultimate, silent admission that they find your identity superior to theirs. Sign 6, physiological glitching. The body never lies. When someone is intimidated, Their nervous system enters a mild fight or flight state. Their heart rate increases, and their cortisol levels spike. Watch for the glitches. Do they fidget with their jewelry when you speak? Do they clear their throat excessively? Does their voice go up an octave? These are all signs of a vagus nerve response to stress. Your presence is literally causing their body a stress reaction. To them, talking to you feels like a job interview or a public speaking engagement. They are hyper-aware of every move they make because they are desperately trying to perform for you. Signs 7 and 8. Shadow talk and overreaction. Sign 7 is the shadow talker. Direct confrontation requires high social status. Because an intimidated person feels lower than you, they won't challenge you to your face. Instead, they use shadow tactics, gossiping or venting behind your back. It's the only way they feel they can chip away at your power without risking a direct loss. And finally, sign 8, emotional sensitivity. They overreact to small things you do. If you make a joke, they find it offensive. If you make a mistake, they treat it like a catastrophe. They are actively looking for a crack in your armor. They want to find a reason to justify why you aren't as big as you seem. Being intimidating isn't a badge of honor if your goal is to build friends. But in the world of high-value social dynamics, it is an inevitable byproduct of growth. The key is to stay calm, stay focused, and don't let their discomfort shrink your presence. Real power doesn't need to prove anything. It just is. If you've seen these signs in your life, comment aware below. And if you want to master the hidden laws of human behavior, subscribe to Dark Mind Secrets. Until next time, keep your eyes open.